In September of 1941, Britain remained under the constant threat of air raids and possible invasion from Germany. Together with their Commonwealth nations, they turned the islands of the United Kingdom into a virtual fortress and steeled themselves against the enemy on the continent. On September 23, 1941, three soldiers of a Royal Canadian Artillery Regiment heard a squeaking noise that they initially thought might be an animal, possibly a chicken. They followed the noise, and in Horsell Common, a massive park just outside of London, they found a newborn baby girl tucked into a blackberry bush. Her skin was blue, and she was crying out. The soldiers cut the remainder of her umbilical cord with a knife and wrapped her in a white shirt. She was rushed in an army truck to Victoria Hospital. The trio were photographed with the baby after her rescue by the Daily Mirror. The men were Sergeant Ernest Curtis, Gunner Robert C. Griffin, and A.J., or sometimes incorrectly written as E.J. Brackett, now believed to be Gunner Alonzo J. Brackett. Sergeant Ernie Curtis wrote in the 8th Field Regiment War Diary on that day, "Found a newborn baby in the gun area." The regiment itself said that they would adopt her if no home could be found for her. The men who saved her donated their wages to help ensure that she got a good start in life. She was given the temporary name Virginia Regina Brandon after the three men's hometowns. When she was 5 months old, she was adopted by loving parents, Mabel and Hubert Shepherd, who named her Mary and took her to live in their home in Hertfordshire, about 65 kilometers from the park she was found in. Mary had a loving home and family, and what she would later describe as a lovely life. The story was a welcome light of humanity during one of history's darkest times, and it appeared in newspapers in both England and Canada. Mary's birth mother was 29-year-old Lillian Williams, a member of the Women's Land Army. She gave birth while bicycling home from work, and in fear of losing her job and unsure of what she should do, she left the baby in the bushes. She would later plead guilty to abandoning the newborn and was sentenced to 2 years of probation. Mary's father was Frederick Elliott, a married father of three serving in the Army. Records show that he later paid towards Mary's upbringing. Mary knew she was adopted, but was unaware of the special circumstances in which she was born for much of her life. All three men had passed away by the time Mary found out about her past in 2018. However, Sergeant Curtis's son, Harry Curtis, who lives in Stittsville, Ontario, connected with Mary in England upon seeing a picture and newspaper clipping that his father had kept in an album. Curtis's father had told him the story growing up, and researching it years later, he managed to find Mary, and they were able to connect via video call. The two of them, linked by an act of compassion and tenderness performed nearly 8 decades prior. Curtis's father had passed away in 1995, but he sent her his dad's epaulets from his uniform so that she could have a physical reminder of him.